All right. Ooh, she's pumping.
You got
Pumping, dude.
3070.
You have 3070 Ti?
I have a
Or just
3070 Ti.
flexed on
Yeah.
us.
I need
in all
a better one,
colors.
dude. I need the 4090, dude. Where's the funding for the 4090? That's what we
Oh,
need, dude.
bro. Yeah, bro. I'll send you the laptop you're gonna buy me.
All right. Okay, nice. All right, we're live on Twitch. Good. I see the chats coming in. Sick. AMA. Okay, perfect. Can you guys? So here's a good question, Teacup. What does the quality look like on Discord? Is it terrible?
On Discord,
Like, can you read the
doesn't look
text
the
at least?
best, but
Can you
it's
at least
fine.
read the text? Can you read the text from people's chats and stuff?
Frame rate is so low.
It's a bit choppy, but I'd say so. Here, it's on a screenshot.
Very cool. I know it's trying. My PC is probably like getting mad. What's up, Raiden?
The stream looks fine though.
Oh, the Twitch stream looks fine. That's all I care about, honestly. People are gonna find us on Twitch, and like that's what we're gonna do. You know. I'd like the Discord to look good, but you know, doesn't have to be.
Nah, Gold, you gotta buy me that thing from Best Buy.
What thing from Best Buy? What did you want? Let me see if our going to like web works here as well. There we go. Okay, cool. Yes, gotta use Twitch. Yeah, noise, right? Yeah, Twitch is better. Yeah, here we go. What thing from Best Buy would you want? I can't stand Discord. Yeah, Discord is great for communities and whatnot, but I don't know if they're the best for live streaming right now. In the chat, which chat?
If you look in chat, I sent.
Can you put it?
Okay, I'll put it in the Twitch.
Yeah, put it in the Twitch so I can see it on the Twitch.
Just don't look at the link.
Oh, I need that to open in something else.
I guess I don't know who would put the title. Just changed my name to Ramton just so that people know my actual name.
There you go. That's cool.
And then I'll,
Ramtin, right? Is it? It's RAMTIN.
Yes, that's good.
Oh, Raiden got Halo theme, dude. Yes, nice. I don't think I have Halo theme enabled on this OBS scene yet, though. I don't have Master Chief set up yet. I will do it. Don't worry. Oh, this is a $3,000 laptop. It's not bad, dude. The best judge has to return, motherfuckers. Yes. Raiden's an OG. He's been with us in the Discord for a very long time, Renton. I don't know if you've met really Raiden much.
Yeah, I haven't seen that name that much, but that's good to see someone here.
Yeah. He's Raiden, when did you join us, dude? When's your join date? How do I find that out on you? I can probably like click on it or something.
Oh, I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, when did Raiden join this server? I'm curious.
First of all, like, yo, this laptop is cheap.
June 23rd, 2020.
Yeah, if it was only $250, right? $250 a month, dude. What? I don't know. Like, this is a car payment.
Even 3,000 wasn't that bad. I never realized it's American.
Oh, yeah, because it's U.S. dollars versus Canadian dollars.
Yeah, you gotta add 34% to that.
Yeah, plus whatever. Like, you got VAT and everything, right? We don't have that.
Sorry?
You guys don't you guys have value-added tax, or is that only a British thing?
Oh no, it gets slapped on top of shit. Like, whenever I buy anything, it's like never the same. Like, there's tax, and then like whenever you go out for eating as well, like restaurants are now like basically just force you to pay like 18% tip.
I see.
Like whatever you eat is gonna be like so much like more expensive. Yeah, so that's the 5% is the federal tax, and then there's 8% which is provincial tax for like Ontario.
So there's a total of 13% already, right?
13%, yeah, and then 18% gets on top of that. Like, technically the tip should be prior to the tax. But it's not. It's like just on top of it.
$6,000, you can give me another laptop.
Another laptop. Yeah.
Oh wait, am I meant to be going down?
You know what? There's an interesting thing in LA at least, where now if you go eat out at a restaurant, they require you to pay like an extra 9% for like what they call like a healthcare fee. It's like they provide healthcare for their workers, and that's like an added tax on the food.
Oh, okay.
It's a good idea. I'm like, okay, cool, but in reality, like, we should just have healthcare already provided for. I shouldn't have to be like putting it as like an extra 5% on my burgers. Like, what?
Yeah, that's the kind of the the downside of not having free healthcare.
Right. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to. There was a funny meme or something where someone ordered something on like the DoorDash fees. The DoorDash fees are getting out of control.
Yeah, no, I saw one for Ticketmaster. It was like this fee, that fee, and then it was like, what are you gonna do? Buy your ticket from somewhere else fee?
Yeah, which I think they're getting sued now. I think Ticketmaster is like, I think finally the federal government's coming in and they're just like, yo, we need to chill on this. Because dude, I hate the convenience fee. I hate how they charge you money to print your own ticket at home. I'm like, what?
It's so weird.
Oh, this is the one you're talking about.
Like,
the concert fee, venue fee, access fee, paperless transmission fee, fee, FIFO fun fee, because we can fee, might as well fee. What the fuck you gonna do fee? $100 motor.
Damn. Oh,
man. It is dumb. It is very dumb. Okay, cool. All right. Here, let me start off the stream. We got a lot of people here, and I'll introduce everyone, see what we're doing. So, welcome everyone to the Golden Hour. This is Actual Education. We're piloting a new stream here with Ramton and I to basically answer whatever questions you guys have about math, science, whatever, life, the world. Yeah, you sent a question. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway probably halfway through this at some point. So as long as you're in the VC or in the Twitch,
only be on a spinner wheel.
Well, it'll be a spinner wheel. It's another spinner wheel. We love the spinner wheels. It'll be a spinner wheel challenge. And then as a bonus thing, whoever asks the best question, decided by me and Ramton, will get a free month of Discord Nitro. So, giving you guys a lot of fun incentives to hang around and chat and stuff. Yeah, he says buy a laptop. Okay, cool. All right. Let me see. What was
ultimate question?
I wanted to change my name and also on the Twitch title just so that.
Oh, did I? I think I did. I think it should be updated. I said Ramton. Did it change?
Oh, it's updated. Yeah, I think it's just. I just saw it.
Okay, cool. All good. All good. I got you. Yeah. I got you. Why do people live? That's a funny question. Biologically, people live because we need to produce more. That's when anyone ever asks me what's the purpose of life, I'm always just like, well, look at biology. It's to reproduce. That's what it is. It's to keep the genetic thing going.
Look at my question.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you can post your questions in the Twitch, or you can post them in the Discord in the office hours, like the side chat for the stage.
Oh, side chat for the stage.
Yeah, there's a side chat for the stage. That's probably the easier one to. I feel like I heard the name Golden Hour before. Slimy King actually is kind of a cool thing. Well, I'll answer this a little. That's kind of a question. He says, I feel like I've heard the name Golden Hour before. Does anyone know where Golden Hour comes from? Besides the fact that I like gold.
Did I accidentally copy the name?
No, it's
I'm
something.
Look it up.
Okay, Ramton, do you know what Golden Hour is?
No, it sounds familiar.
Okay.
Cool. It's a music
cool.
video.
I think in bars, I don't know either. Okay, yeah, no. Golden Hour is the
hour.
Oh,
it's this song.
No, it's not a song. No. God damn it.
It's a song.
No, it's not a song. I'm sure it's a song. Golden Corral, someone says. I don't think I've ever eaten at Golden Corral, and you really shouldn't either, honestly. Okay, here. Here, I'll show you guys. Golden Hour is, I believe it's 30 minutes to an hour before the sun sets. And what happens here is that the sun is at such a cool angle that all the shadows it casts are very nice looking for photos. Is what it is. So if you ever see you'll see people on the beach and whatnot always taking pictures. It's this everything looks like almost gold. And there's a physics explanation to why this is, right? Why as the sun sets down, right, the color starts looking more orange and more gold. But yeah, it makes for. I'll have you, Ramton. You'll explain that one. You can explain the Golden Hour the thing. So yeah, why is everything kind of orangey gold as the sun goes down?
So I think I don't know exactly the Golden Hour thing, but I know the color change actually because happens because of this thing called the Rayleigh scattering.
Yeah, Raleigh
So
scattering. That's a cool one. Yep.
yeah, so like a lot of the so here's how people can think of it is like when you have if you can like show like a prism that you have
Yep.
the light spectrum.
Yep. I
So
got it.
yeah, it would be like kind of uh
Is it something
yeah,
like
really.
this? Where's Raleigh scattering like this?
No, wait.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
because. Can I try to explain?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, let's see your attempt, and then we'll have Rampton explain
So
it.
I think why it's like that is because since it's lower down in the atmosphere, like the light is getting dispersed, scattered, yada yada. I'm not
Something.
sure it's job to
It's
explain it.
close to that. It's
And
close to that.
then since closer to the atmosphere, the light is diffusing.
Okay, close. Rampton,
yeah.
what do you?
So do you want to pull up like a prism also? Because
Yeah.
it would be nicer to kind of come off of prism.
Oh, it's like the prism, and it's like okay, I know what he's talking about.
Like this?
Mm.
This is what we want.
Yeah, prism light scatter. Yeah. So like if you see like actually how much light is being bent once it goes through a prism,
Mhm.
right? The higher wavelength, lower energy light is the red color,
Mhm.
right? The higher energy and then lower wavelength is blue. So what happens is that when you are looking at the sky early in the day, you have the sun is at a certain angle that ends up having all the molecules, essentially the ozone layer, needs to reflect back these lights to Earth so that we see the surface of the sky to be a certain color.
Right.
So then it absorbs all of these spectrums, and then all of the ones that are getting bounced off end up being the blue one, right? So everything else ends up getting bounced off at a certain angle that we can't see.
Yeah, a lot of people think
And
that
then-
like the sky is blue because of the ocean, and I'm like, nope, it's not that.
No, actually, it's the other way. Ocean
Yeah, the ocean is
because of the
blue
sky.
because of the sky. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't the ocean actually transparent, like clear?
Yes, but it appears blue because it's reflecting with the sky, which is blue.
Yeah, it's reflecting the sky, which is I don't know what to explain.
Right. So during the day, right, the angle is pretty I guess more head on, right? Such that it looks blue, but as the sun gets closer to like a sunset and whatnot, right? That angle changes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because now we are looking more directly at the sun. The angle that it makes with the ozone layer, then it starts to become a little bit more sharper, so that not as much reflection or refraction is needed.
Right.
So then we end up seeing the sky to be red. So essentially, the ozone layer absorbs the ultraviolet spectrum, which is why we can actually live.
Yeah, because otherwise we would die.
Other
We'd be dead.
Yeah, a lot of other planets don't have that kind of like protective layer. So, then that's the main thing that it absorbs so that life can actually exist.
Right.
And then the rest of the stuff mostly gets scattered, and then depending on different times of the day, which is why even if you look at like through noontime, when it's like a little bit more head on, you start to see that the sky is like a more yellowish, right? It's kind of like sometimes it's blue, certain areas are more yellow, and then it gets close to sunset, you start to see orange and red.
Yeah, cool. That was a cool question, Slimy, dude. You're asking like where did golden hour come from? Very good explanation. Rampton, I like that, dude.
Well, got the best question already.
Yeah, one sec.
The field apart from photons and such like that. My question is.
Yeah, here. Yeah, let's. Yeah, Noise has a good question here. What is it?
Fields this interaction actually causes the getting mass. Honestly, Noise, this is a question that you have to ask someone with like a PhD in like particle physics. Because like the only thing I know about this, because a lot of the stuff that you go through when you're like an undergrad is just that kind of surface level. Even though it seems like pretty in depth, it's still very surface level in terms of like becoming an expert. And then once you're an expert, you just know the in and out of that field. So the only thing I know about Higgs field and like how we were actually able to like detect it is that in CERN they always do these particle interactions where particles hit each other and then they explode, and then we kind of just look at the amount of like scattering that they have from the subparticles that end up being scattered from these like what's it called, interactions, or when they hit each other and they kind of just disperse. And then there's like a little bump somewhere, I believe, when they were doing like a graphical thing, and then they realized that like a certain spot, some of these things ended up not following like a nice like inverse exponential decay or something like that. And then the Higgs field was actually like kind of proven. Yeah, so the analogy of everything is swimming through the Higgs field, because so I think what they say is like particles. Oh damn, you've been to CERN.
He's been to CERN. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's it. It's in Switzerland, or it's on the border of everything, right? Because CERN is massive.
It's in Geneva, right? Something like that.
I think part of it's also in France. Like, there's a whole thing where like if depending what part of the tunnel you're in a different like country. I think that works.
Oh, I didn't know. That's cool.
Yeah, here I'll for the kids because some of the kids are probably like, what the fuck is this?
That's dope.
I appreciate the question, Noise. It's very cool. But here, let me give a little backstory for the kids so they can see. So if we go to CERN, I think you can see a map of CERN. Yeah, okay. I want 1 second. Let me get because people are probably asking like, oh, what is CERN? So CERN is a large collider, is what it is. Which basically means it's a big loop, and what it does is it spins up different like electrons, protons, particles, and whatnot really, 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 really fast, and then has them hit each other. And when that collision happens, they end up doing some really cool shit. Like, they'll either end up turning into new like elements that we've never even seen before, or they'll turn into what are called like subatomic particles. So things that are smaller. I know in middle school, high school, you guys learned that like the electron and the proton and the neutron are the smallest parts of matter. But it gets even wilder as you go to higher classes. You get what are called subatomic particles, which have all sorts of like wacky ass names. You know some of the names, Ramtin, right, for the subatomic particles?
Yeah, so there are quarks essentially, and it's like up, down, top,
beauty,
bottom, charm, strange.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Dude, they're goofy, man. Dude, these things are super goofy. Yeah. So you end up, you get the up, the down, the charm, the strange, the top, bottom, electrons, muons. Where's beauty? Oh, I think one of them used to be called beauty, and then they renamed it or something.
I think it was charm. It used to be called beauty. And
charm used to be called beauty. You know, if you kids get into particle physics and go get a PhD, maybe you can call one of these things like W-Riz or something, dude. Wouldn't that be sick? You guys want to call a subatomic particle W-Riz?
W-Riz.
W-Riz. Yeah, you all should get charm changed to W-Riz, please.
Yeah, I'm curious. What are you like a student? Like,
yeah, noise. To give us your background.
Yeah, because like they don't let anyone down in CERN. You need like security clearance and all these stuff. So
you think there's like a visitor center or some shit? No.
They might do that. I don't know, but yeah, I think because they have to do a lot of different clearance. Because I knew someone who like went to CERN, and they needed to, but they were working there for like a few months, so they had to do a lot of security.
Yeah, so CERN is a giant circle, and I think it spans a couple countries because I think it's on the French-Switzerland border. I've been to Geneva once. Let me see. Does CERN span multiple countries? It's huge. It's got to be like a couple miles in radius, right? Yeah. How many countries? Wait. Well, that's how many states it goes through. No, but like.
Oh, okay.
There you go. It's on the Swiss-France border. Is what it is. Right next to Geneva. Yeah. So depending like where you are, I think they have like a picture of somewhere like inside the border, and they're like, oh, now you're in France. Now you're in Switzerland. CERN, France, Switzerland.
Are you in high school, Noise? I feel like maybe you're in high school, but your questions are always like so far advanced. Like I don't know sometimes whether you're like really interested and
Or you just
asking
like
some high levels. You know, the Higgs interaction is definitely something you gotta ask like a particle physicist, even if
Sure.
somebody else. Yeah.
He's in
So
high school.
yeah,
Wow, dude. That's cool,
yeah,
man. Good for you, dude.
yeah, yeah, it's good to
That's the
be
future,
curious.
dude. I'm incredibly interested in pure
Computer.
mathematics. That's cool. That's very cool.
So I mean, if you ever want to know how the Higgs field works, so I'll give you at least a guide and onto like where to go to like look for this. So you have to understand calculus really well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to understand like multivariable calculus, and then you start to learn. Is that it? Or then tensor calculus. That would be another important one. And then you would have to learn field theory, which is both like math and physics. And then you have to take an introductory course to particle physics, which mostly they teach in like fourth year, like most places. I don't know, maybe some places third year. And then once you get to masters, you're probably gonna talk about field or like PhD. So it's all in Hilbert spaces. So I would kill myself sarcastic. Wait, did I lose your sound? I can't hear you. Oh, okay. But yeah, anyways, so the Hilbert space, a Banach space that is equipped with. I would never learn for 26 years. No, it's okay. I mean, when you don't know a lot of these stuff, it sounds like magic, to be honest. Like, but you put time and you would, eventually learn it. Like, there's a lot of, self-study as well. Like, I still put in a decent amount of time, like, going through a lot of the stuff that I learned and didn't learn to go through those. But
I was gonna say, Ramton. Do you for the other students here that probably have no clue what Hilbert space is? Do you have like a simple explanation? You can also use the whiteboard if you want to draw things. Let me know if you want to use that. I don't know, or I can just search up images.
I think it would be like it's. Yeah, I think it's fine. So I'll try to simplify it as much as I can, because to understand Hilbert, you have to know some of other concepts as well.
Sure.
So I can do an analogy. Okay, so think of it this
analogy.
way.
I like analogies.
You have a bunch of numbers, right? Like if you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, like whole numbers, right? Where do they live, right? Or where do they live? Essentially, where do we get these numbers from? If there's like a set of these numbers, we say it's a set of like integers, like whole integer, or natural numbers, right? And then if you have the negative numbers, it's the whole integer. So this is like a set of all of the whole numbers. Then let's say you have the real number, right? Real numbers are anything that can be written as like decimal, right? And even if the decimals are infinite and it's non-repeating, let's say, something like pi, for example, which is irrational, right? These are examples of irrational numbers, which are real numbers. And so these real numbers is also a set, and all of the numbers that live inside of this set are called real numbers. Now, when you want to, sometimes you want to do operations, right? So addition is like an operation, right? So if you want to add, like, let's say, two natural numbers, you can add like 1 plus 2, and then you get like 3, right? And so you add 1 plus 4, you get 5. So there's a concept of closeness, right? And then completeness is also like attached to it. I'll get to that as well. But closeness is essentially like, if I want to take an operation and elements of a set, right? So you can think about real numbers.
Set
right?
is like, yeah, set's like everything, like all real numbers are all imaginary numbers or something, right?
Yeah. So let's just talk about like natural numbers for now,
Sure.
right? If we have natural numbers and we add them together, if you take any two natural numbers and you add them, you get another natural number, right? Which is, any whole number greater than 0. And then the next question becomes, okay, is this closed under addition? So that's the terminology that we might use. Like the natural numbers are closed under addition, which means that if you operate addition between between two natural numbers, you would get another natural number.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it closed under subtraction, right? And the answer is no, because let's say if you have 1 minus 3,
okay,
right? You get minus 2, right? Now, is minus 2 a natural number? No. So because that minus 2 is not a natural number, it means that the natural numbers is not closed under subtraction.
That's a cool thing.
That was fun.
I get it. So closed means that like doing operations will keep getting you the same thing, right? Things don't escape and go into like
or elements of the same set.
Right. If we have natural numbers here and then like let's say outside, right, we have just like real numbers, right? Because real numbers can also contain negative numbers, right?
Right, exactly. Or we can talk about like integer being the next level and then
sure. Yeah, there's that whole like everyone's seen that thing.
Yeah.
Kids hate learning this. The like integers, real, complex. I think it's a Venn diagram, isn't it? Like a massive Venn diagram. Yeah, this one, dude. I hate this.
Yeah, so it's like first it's natural, then it's integer, then it's rational, and then
this is it. Right.
Oh,
okay. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, what you're saying is that natural numbers such as like 3 and 4, those are natural numbers. In terms of the operation of addition, addition keeps natural numbers because like positive numbers added to each other get you positive natural numbers.
Exactly.
But subtraction, 3 minus 4, now we have a negative number, right? Which I think that's included in whole then, right?
I think the whole, they're trying to add 0 to natural numbers, and that's it.
Okay, and then this is the negative land.
Yeah.
You get banished. You get banished from the natural country, and you have to go to integer land.
Yeah, exactly. So to get back to this, so essentially what happens is when you do subtraction, between two natural numbers, you get something that is no longer in natural. Okay. So now the thing is like you want your operation and you want the things that you're using to give you closeness. So you want, if you operate between two things, whatever that operation might be, it could be addition, it could be subtraction, it could be multiplication, right? So when you have whole numbers, right, now multiplication works, so they're closed under multiplication, but they're not closed under division, because if you divide 3 by 2, then you would get what's it called? 3 over 2.
3 over 2, which is a fraction, right? It's rational, right? Yeah, 3 and 2 are integers, but if we divide the 2, then we get 1.5, which now makes it into the rational, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. So then that means that whole numbers are not closed under division. Okay? So this is the idea of closeness, right? Now, to answer the question for Noise Baby, and I think this part, like, hopefully up until now, people understood, like, closeness and all that stuff. So a lot of the times you want to make your sets include all of the possible results that you could get from the operation that you want to do on stuff, right? So if you want to, you're like, okay, I want to operate on things in a certain way, and then you want to make sure that the set of the things you take whenever you do that operation, it always gives you a result that is also within that set.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to get to the Hilbert spaces, you need to have a inner product, or a lot of the times, if you look at it, it's like an integral as well. So inner product is like the finite version of it. So you could have infinite dimensional, because we're talking about, let's say, position and momentum, right? So position could be any number, right? Because it's a continuous. And then momentum could also, because it's a continuous. So the operation is like some integral or some kind of an inner product. And you want to do these operations on the elements of what we call Hilbert's elements of the Hilbert space. And then you want the result to also live, the result to be a real number, right? And that the reason for that is because the result of this inner product that you would take from elements of the Hilbert spaces, that inner product is the probability, or it's the expected value, right? When we talk about quantum mechanics. So this is like the best way I can try to explain this without having to. First, you have to understand like maybe Banach spaces. You have to understand like probabilities and all these stuff. So I don't want to like.
No, it's good. No. That's good. That was a good intro. I liked that. That was pretty cool. I honestly never understood the closed thing, but like that was a great analogy with like how you're saying that numbers are closed under addition, but they're not closed under subtraction. I was like, oh, very cool.
Yeah. So completeness is also kind of comes within that. Like you want to make sure that things stay consistent. So sometimes you can use the rules of the game and elements of something to kind of like break its own logic. And when you do that, you break completeness, right? So that's also if you want to understand completeness, just look at or like let me see how to say that complete set for I have to understand. Okay. I feel like if I were to like this, I have to explain dense sets as well.
I know, it becomes like a whole thing. We're just like, we gotta do a lot of things. Yeah.
So let's just leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that. That's a good. Yeah, you can go more into that. There's always and we can also do this in other streams. We can like go down the tunnel. You know, just like.
Imagine what is imaginary? Maybe
he's got.
Maybe you can.
He's got it.
What's
the square root of negative numbers thing? Yeah, actually, Noise, and this is also I love this because like if people ask things in the Twitch channel, we have other people that will also like answer their questions in the channel. It's like a whole like community. Super cool. Like smart begets smart, all that fun stuff. Okay, cool. We're at 5:35. Let me run the first giveaway we're gonna do, and then we'll keep answering y'all's questions. So
I actually have a question.
What's your question?
What is a good way to balance the academic stuff and the social stuff without being smart?
Without being smart? Okay, we'll go into. I like that. We'll do that. And then I think Ethan's asking about like climate change. I kind of like that, the academics and the social. That's good. All right, let me start the what's the spinny wheel thing we use again?
Spinner wheel.
With the spinner wheel. What's the spinner wheel called again, dude? It's called spinner wheel app. Nar, he says. No, what is it, dude? Here, picker wheel. We love picker wheel. Yes, picker wheel. All right. Can you ping Tika? Can you ping the students and just tell them that the giveaway is starting right now and that they need to be in the Twitch or in the stage channel to get entered? And then we're doing it right now. Yes, you can join. Endgaming Kid. What's your name? Endgaming Kid. What are you on? What's your action? Y'all always have different Discord names and different Twitch names, and I can't keep track of it. What's up, dude?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, dude. Thank you, man, dude.
I think he's doing good.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Bob's here. Taco's Cat here. I see Taco Cat. I see Gold Cat. I see.
Okay.
What are we doing?
I don't think I'm gonna win this gold.
I put Teacup. All right, let's see who else. Kitty King. Kitty King's in. Okay, cool. Kitty King.
I'm not gonna win this gold. I don't have the power anymore.
Okay. Noise is in it. Noise, you play any video games? You can win.
I'm gonna say Bob is gonna win.
Bob's gonna win. Who else we got? I see Internal. See Shifter.
I'm giving my powers to Bob. I want Bob to win.
I see Grim. Yeah, here. Yeah, and then also like Teacup. You can always bring people to the stage. You can bring people to the stage if they look like they want to talk.
I can't bring them. I have to like invite them, and they have to accept it.
I know, it's some weird thing here. Okay, Ishi's on it. Okay, who else we got? Who else is in the chat? Who we got? I want to win. Don't enter me. Thanks for the offer, though. Okay, all good. Which one is it? Okay. I summon God to aid me in my victory. May the power of Christ compel you all. Do I have Nick in here? Nick, do I have you? Here, Dark Aspects on it as well. Who else we got? Yep, you're in, Dark. You're in yet. You're good. Let me see. Ethan. I gotta go through the chat. Oh my God, don't spam the chat like that. Yeah, you all can all come talk. Or did you just invite them all to talk? Is that what you just did?
I invited them all.
You invited them all to talk? Okay, you don't have to invite them all to talk. No, I'm saying if they want to talk, they can talk. Okay, all good. All right, let's see. I think, yes, Grim, I'll let you come speak. It won't make John, it just doesn't let you press accept? Oh no, oh no.
Yeah, stages are kind of weird.
Yeah, why do the stages fuck up with that, dude? I don't get it, man.
Hopefully they give like a bug fix.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna give it 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna start it off, right?
Let's go, big money.
20, 19,
you got this, I win.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin! Here we go! Who's it gonna be? 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 If it's Teacup again, I'm done, dude. Oh, it's gonna be Bob!
I was white!
Congratulations, Bob!
W, Bob.
W, Bob. Bob has won. Shifter, you won last time. Shifter did this last time. He said if gold is a woman, if I lose gold as a woman. Nice, Bob. Congrats, dude. That's sick. Okay, cool.
Didn't I say Bob would win?
Yeah, GG's, Bob. Yeah, nice, Bob.
Good job, Bob.
How many V-Bucks are there? I'm almost at level 57 in Fortnite. I need the furry wire. That's cool. Nice, Bob. I'll message you for, if you don't want V-Bucks, you can let me know what other $10 gift cards you want. But yeah, I assume people like V-Bucks. Okay, cool. All right. What's up, Grim?
We've had the chance to...
What's up, Grim?
I was talking to Ramet. I said hello, Ramet. I don't think we've had the chance to meet yet.
Yeah, it's Ram. So yeah. Or his name his name in the Discord is Ramit, but Ramton is his actual name. We're gonna use actual name. You like that? So yeah. Or you can call him Ram. Whatever. You guys figure out your names.
Yeah, it's either way.
Either way is fine. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah. Yeah. Ramton's been very helpful with all the higher level math questions we get asked on this server. So it's been super cool. Why is your mic so fucking muffled? Can you like get it out of your sock or something, please?
I don't want to hear shit from you.
What?
Hikaru Nakamaru's name.
What did Hikaru Maru do? Is that something? What, Grim?
Just know that you're adopted.
I'm adopted.
What?
Wow, dude. I'm not adopted, Grim, dude. I am the oldest and only son of my parents with 5 sisters. Yeah.
Why do you think your siblings don't know you're adopted?
What does Hikaru have on his webcam here? What was it? Was this like Scrabble? Did I see Scrabble?
I think with cocaine.
It looked like Scrabble. Okay. I think that is Scrabble. What does that say? Happy holidays. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, man. All right, let me go to. I think Ethan asked like an actual question, and then I'll do yours. We'll go over yours, Teacup as well. Let me see who else.
I want to hear my question first.
You can text it. Put it in the chat. Please put it in the chat. Otherwise, I can't see anything. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You never have to answer the question.
Make everyone back to the audience.
It has to be the best.
It does have to be the best question. You text it. Text it. All right. Cool. All right. Awesome. Okay. Cool. All right. We're good. Move everyone back to the audience. All right. Actually, no. I want Ethan back up here. Ethan, come back up here. Sorry, because it's your question that we're going over.
You should totally make me.
There we go. What's up, Ethan?
The manager of all this.
You are. I mean, you already have powers to move everyone. So like, you basically are. But you want like a title.
I mean, like,
you want like moderator. You want.
Yeah, I want to be the moderator of everything.
You're already a mod, but I get it. Like debate moderator. That would be fun.
Yeah, I love debate.
What's a debate moderator?
Like,
they debate stuff.
Have you guys ever watched a debate before? Do you guys know about debates? They're kind of cool things.
Yeah, like debate club.
I don't actually know that. I don't know that.
You don't know?
You have to fight people. Like,
you ever heard of the presidential debates? You guys ever heard of the presidential debates at all? No.
Yeah, bro. When they talk
I've
about
heard of
politics,
it, but then like I've never seen it.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, here I'll show you guys a little picture. You know, like the presidential debates.
Dark aspect. He asked, "What age were you when you
were interested?" Yeah, you
in
answer that. Answer that, Remton. What age were you when you were interested in math?
So like for me, I think I always kind of liked math because like it always seemed like a puzzle type of thing. But the reason I actually became interested in math was because I kind of got into I got into a school and then they signed me up randomly for like a math Olympiad. And then I scored really well on it. And then I started to go into like math classes and I really liked the IQ and the reasoning parts of the stuff. I didn't really care about like the calculations and stuff. Like the problem that we had yesterday with like the square. All right, remember that there was like how do we tile the whole floor? Like that.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Yeah.
So
Exploded Minions always. Or Ethan asked that. Yeah, they're the challenge questions that come up. They're kind of like puzzles. They're like little math riddles.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So that's what got me interested in math. It wasn't like the numbers or like the formulas and all these stuff. It was kind of like all these tricky questions that they wanted to ask. So that's when I got, which I was like, grade like 3, 4. I would say.
Yeah, it's like a sport. For you guys that maybe don't know this, so in the U.S. we have something called Math Olympiad, which is they give you like a booklet full of like 20 or whatever, like really challenging math questions, and then you try to answer as many as you can and get as many right, and then you get a score, and then it's even like a team sport sometimes, right? Like they look at like what's like the top 5 from your school, how many points do they get? Kind of cool. I also used to do Math Olympiad when I was in high school and in middle school.
What were you? That you got interested.
What grade was I?
What age were you?
What age was I when I got into math?
What got you into?
Interesting question. Yeah. I was really always into like computers. Is what I was in. I was a big like nerd, like tech person and whatnot, and just like as a natural flow to that, like a lot of my friends were also like super into math, and I was like, oh, math is cool. I have kind of like a dual personality because I was also like super into music, and I actually had this problem when I was graduating high school because I was deciding whether I went to conservatory to like study the cello or whether I went to college to go do physics, and I was just like, oh man, it's like the crossroad of my life. But I figured I was better at I was good at math, I was good at physics, and there are not that many people that are good at that. And I kind of had like this feeling that the world needs more people who are good at physics to go do physics, and I was like, I'll go do it.
That's actually very interesting because whenever I asked people like why they got into physics, they always were like, oh, because I like figuring out how things work, and then if I asked like what other things you wanted to, they would always say philosophy. But the next thing that most people said was music. I know like 3-4 people that wanted to go into music and then they got into physics. And then I was like, it's interesting because I've not heard of a lot of people be like, oh, I wanted to go into biology, but then I went to physics. But
yeah, that
was never an answer. But music was actually one thing I heard like a lot of.
And there's a lot of connections there, honestly, because like, music is math at the end of the day. And it's definitely physics. When you think about frequencies, harmonics, and all that stuff, we've done questions like that before. And even like the structure of music is kind of like a pattern, right? Like with you know, octaves and whatnot. So yeah, there's a lot of like, you see a lot of like physicists. Like, dude, my one partner in undergrad was in a punk pop band, and he was the most brilliant physics guy I ever worked with. But he ended up going to Harvard for grad school, like studying like quantum mechanics or something. But he was also in like a punk pop band in Austin with me, and I was just like, oh, this is super funny. Yeah, Noise says you made the right decision. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the road to being a musician is very difficult and usually leads to alcoholism and just being really sad. So, you know, but this is another thing that I always kind of preach is that it's if you're reading this, there's still time. Like, you always have time to like switch things up. I ended up going into university for physics. I did all that. I went to my PhD for physics. I did all that. And then after my PhD, well, really around like year 4 or 5, I was like, I don't want to keep doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to be in academia. I don't want to be in the whole the post-doc rat race, the grants and all the politics. And like, I was just like, nah, the luster kind of wore off. So I was like, cool, get my PhD, peace. And then I went and I did this. So it's, you can always switch. And like, so now I have more time to like run I found that education's actually really the thing I really like to do. But I also have a lot of time to do music. I run desert raves. I produce music myself, and it's cool being able to like go back to those interests. You can always go back to things, you know. It's just nice to have a backup plan. A PhD is definitely a nice backup plan to have.
I like how your PhD was your backup plan.
Yeah, PhD. Yeah, I was like, either I'm gonna make it as a, you know, world famous DJ, event producer, or education startup, or I have a PhD. You know.
Yeah.
I got in.
Richard Feynman
Yeah, you can
in
work.
the band.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I originally got into. Some people wonder. Like, I originally got into plasma physics because I was super interested in fusion. We can do another segment where I just go into my PhD. But in short, at the time, I still believe this, honestly, that humanity needs to figure out nuclear fusion. Otherwise, we're fucked. And I wanted to kind of like save the world. I wanted to do that. And then after like year 3 or 4 of being in a fusion plasma physics PhD program, I got super jaded because I was like, any like real progress that's going to happen isn't going to happen for another 20 or 30 years. And I don't have enough time to just wait around for that. So I was just like, cool. I can go into a myriad of ways of why I think that, but yeah, it's a great cause. It's just, I didn't want to stick it out till I was 60 to like actually do stuff with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can always go back to it. Like, that's, I know there's a lot of people that like, I had a professor that worked in like the stock market for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And then he came back and became a tenured professor. So yeah, people always do. And then I know there's another guy who, forgot his name, but he actually went to UCLA and then he went to, he was in MIT and then he went to UCLA or UC Berkeley, and he's like started like a hedge fund.
Yeah,
like a private hedge fund. He used all of his like physics and math knowledge, mostly math knowledge, but he also did some stuff for physics. But he did his math knowledge to do like the stock market trading and all.
Yeah, and then he uses that money to fund actually doing science research, right?
Yeah. Do you know his name actually?
So the other one I think of when I think about this is Clee Irwin, who did quantum gravity research. And he made a ton of money selling, I think, flaxseed oil in Florida, like kind of scammy stuff, like gut biome health things or whatnot. And he ended up taking all those millions of dollars, and then he started what's called the quantum gravity research like company. And this is him, Clee Irwin. Quantum gravity research. This is his company. My buddy in it's funny. Clee Irwin has no PhD in quantum gravity. I don't even know if he has any sort of graduate degree in physics, but he's super interested in the field of quantum gravity, and he has a ton of money that he made off of selling like flaxseed oil. And so he threw that into this company, and now he pays people like my best friend who have PhDs in quantum physics to study it. And I'm like, oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Yeah. The other guy that I was talking about is actually his name is James Simmons or
James
Jim
Simmons.
Simmons.
American
Yeah.
mathematician. That's cool. This guy. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Billionaire hedge
He
fund
put a
manager.
lot of- yeah. He used a lot of his money to start a foundation for funding science and mathematics.
Yeah, yeah. This kind of also goes into my whole, thing of figure out what you're the best at and then leverage that to do the most good. This Jim Simmons guy, maybe he wasn't like the best pure mathematician or whatnot, but he was like, I can go make a ton of money though, and then that benefit of making all that money and then bringing it back to math is way more valuable than him trying to struggle to become like the best like pure math theory guy. It's figuring out what your advantage is.
Yeah, I don't know how good he was, but he's done some like really good stuff that has applications to physics that gets quite often like cited. But I don't know. At one point, he was like, "Yeah, I really like making money," so I left.
Yeah, he's like, I really love making money, so yeah.
Yeah. But his research and his stuff was actually cool. But maybe he got it at the right time. Maybe he was like, "Oh, there's not much else for me."
Yeah,
to
there's a
figure
lot of
out."
like, yeah, right place, right time, man. How that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Noise. On another thing, I'll
Hey,
talk
can you hear me?
about these breakthroughs in fusion that have been happening. I can hear you, Omega. I'll talk about these later. I have my own opinion on
I
these,
have
but
like 1 minute.
that's the whole thing. Okay, Omega, what's up, dude? You got 1 minute. I got it. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I
What's
have like just a quick question.
yes,
I saw there was an AMA and I might as well.
yes, go for it. Dude.
Uh,
That's the whole point.
Has any of your Dr. Gold, has any of your teachers doubted you
Have any of my teachers doubted me?
being like a tutor? If you ever told them?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I have a funny story about that. My AP English teacher in junior year of high school, basically like every time I wrote an essay or anything, she'd give me like a failing grade, and she'd be like, "I don't know why you're in this class." She's like, "You can't write, blah blah blah," and like writing is one of these things where like it's incredibly subjective, and honestly, that's why I never kind of liked the class, because whether you were right or wrong was based on like the reader. In math, you get the right answer, you get the right answer. You're like, I got it.
Or have you been encouraged by anybody?
Well, my teacher doubted me a lot with writing, and then I ended up, when I took the AP exam, I got a 5. I got the best score you can get on that exam. And I showed it to her, and she's like, nah. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? Like, this woman makes me feel like I've been like a terrible writer this whole time. I got a 5 on the exam. Like, chill out. And now I help students write personal statements, college application essays. I've gotten kids into pharmacy school, grad school, medical school, all through like, I can write, but a lot of my early English teachers said that I couldn't. And honestly, that's probably why I gravitated towards math, because I was like, I know I'm good at math. What about you? What about you, Rampton? Did any of your teachers ever like discourage you or be like, you're dumb, you're not going to get this?
I honestly don't know that much. Like I think it was mostly because a lot of the times I was like doing extracurricular
Alright, I gotta
like,
go.
math and science
All right, good to see you, Megan.
for myself. And oh yeah,
Mhm.
sorry.
No, you keep going, Rampton, keep going.
Yeah, but what I like to tell people is like, if your dream or your goal and your passion is to like do something, like your teacher is not a like the end all be all of all opinion, right? People have been bad at things and they have become really great at it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you wouldn't be the first or the last person who have been told you're not gonna like do well in something and has done. So like don't let that opinion like sway you away from becoming whatever you want. Right?
Yeah.
If you want to like put your time and effort into like becoming something, just do that. Like sometimes it takes a little bit of time to like catch up, but also remember that one of the biggest things like when I saw in physics, it's aside from the fact that it's hard, people drop out because they lose interest, because they burn out, because like they no longer can see themselves like continuing in like physics or math. So if you have that passion and have that consistency, the persistent will get you like a lot further, because people will just like stop trying and all these stuff, but you will get further because you will keep working at it, and eventually you'll be better than people anyway. So if you're like a few steps behind people right now, it doesn't mean you're going to be few steps behind people like 10 years from now. So just keep working at whatever you want.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
My
What's up,
teachers,
man?
like, all they like to do is shit on me. Like they're like, you're never gonna make it in life. Shit like that.
Dude, that's
like,
the
I'm
worst.
telling
Like,
you,
what good does that do to someone to tell the kid that like you're never gonna make it? I'm like, what? Chill.
I don't know. Like my guy, like the amount of times I've heard that you're gonna be in jail when you grow up. You're never gonna make it in life or shit like that. The amount of, like, damn.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, like. Yeah, I'm still over here, like, succeeding easily. Like, I'm
There you go, dude.
going through school.
Focus on your lane,
Right.
dude. What I say, focus on your lane and just do yourself. Don't fuck the haters.
I don't know if I want to be like a lawyer or like an engineer, like, because I'm hella good at debating. Like,
Yes, you do like to debate. I know that. What did you debated all the mods in one of our Supreme Courts at one point?
yeah, and I've won. It's because like the thing about debating is all you need to do, even if you're telling a lie and the other person is like telling the truth, all you
Mhm.
need to do is look for the flaw that they made inside that one piece of evidence, and the whole thing will come
Yeah,
crumbling
this
down.
is the whole logic thing. Yeah, I never got super. I've tutored some kids in logic, but yeah, logic is super like that. It's about finding like the one like flaw in the argument, and then the whole house of cards comes down. You're just like invalid.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, even like if they try to suspend me like this, what they can try to do.
Don't talk about you getting
Like,
suspended, please.
So, they didn't suspend me. They didn't suspend me. Want to know why? Dude, I found
Why?
a flaw in their argument.
The flaw in their
They
argument.
couldn't suspend me.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, here.
Their
Let me.
evidence, lack of evidence,
Yes.
lack of evidence, lack of witnesses.
Yes,
The
love it.
fact that she changed her words with my mom, that broke down the entire argument.
Okay.
She got nothing on me.
I'm glad you're not suspended. Ethan, let me do Ethan. Ethan's been waiting for a while here. Ethan, what was your question? You had a question about climate change, I think. What was it, Ethan?
Yeah, it was climate change in the environment. Like, what do you think about it?
What do I think about climate change in the environment? Oh, okay, cool. I like that. That's a good one. All right. Well, I think the Earth is mad. Yeah, what's up?
No, I really wish you didn't say that. I really wish you didn't say that.
That the Earth is mad? You wish I said that the Earth isn't mad?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? Do you think the Earth is happy right now? I'm curious.
No, it's high on drugs, bro. That's what climate change is. It's being high on drugs.
Well, yeah, here, let's talk about like climate change, right? A lot of people say like, oh, but it's getting colder. Like we have record cold winters, we have record this and whatnot. Like that doesn't mean that climate change or they call it global warming sometimes. They're like, oh, global warming isn't happening because it's getting colder in places. And I'm like, that's a seriously flawed argument. The whole kind of like the symptoms of climate change are that you have very drastic swings and very extreme weather. So when you start seeing all these like devastating earthquakes and hurricanes and snowstorms and record desert heat, or even here in California, dude, it's been raining for the last 3 months. It just keeps raining. I've never seen this much rain. These are all indicators that something is out of equilibrium. The world is not happy because what we're doing to the environment is causing some sort of destabilization in the natural processes that the weather usually has, and yeah, it's definitely a thing. I mean, not to say like we are trying, like at least humans have recognized that we're at a point where we need to do things to prevent this. And it's actually interesting where this comes in. It comes down to the money eventually, because companies are starting to see that if the climate keeps changing and we keep having these swings in like heat and whatnot, then the crops they need to like make their macaroni and cheese don't exist, or the temperature they need to produce microchips will be too high. And so that's when they start looking at their future, and and they start thinking, oh, we should start donating some money to help reduce the carbon dioxide offsets that we're producing, because eventually we won't be able to do business anymore. I think eventually economic pressure will probably shift it in the way that it needs to. It may be a little too late, because there happen to be points where there's kind of what they say, like, no turning back. Like once climate, once the whatever world temperatures and whatnot start breaking past a certain point, you can't get them back down because of whatever erosion has happened to the to the what is it called, the ozone. I'm not a climate expert, but I've read enough of the articles and whatnot. We won't be able to breathe anymore. Yeah, I don't know. You go to China, like the air there looks terrible. I don't know if anyone's seen pictures of this, like when they had the Beijing Olympics. Beijing Olympics were like bad. Was it here? Images.
Honestly, my question. Okay.
What's up?
Okay. Well, I can never mind. Just keep talking to Ethan. I'm trying to find the perfect question. I'm trying to find the perfect question that's good enough to like actually pass global warming, because global warming, that's a tough one.
It's a good one. But yeah, so like during the Beijing Olympics, this is what like the air looks like in China. It's like bad for them to even go out, right? No, they call this a polluted day. This isn't fog. This is pollution.
Rainfall. There's no way this is pollution.
It
I got a
is.
question.
Yeah, what's wrong?
All right,
Okay.
what's up, Graham? What's your question, bro? Because I have a lot of the people we got to go through.
What's your opinion on society at the moment?
That's a very vague question. What's my opinion on society? What aspect of society? What? That's like basically saying like, what? How do I feel about the? How do I feel about the world right now, dude? Yeah.
Exactly. That's possibly it.
But then didn't he say that he felt that the world was bad or something? Didn't he?
I
just
felt
say
like the Earth is mad. The Earth is mad. I feel like the Earth is mad, and that's why we have all these extreme climate things happening. Is because, I could go even further and be like that COVID is a symptom of the Earth being mad. You know, it's interesting. Biology tends to have these self-correction mechanisms, such as, for instance, if there's too many, let's say there's like too much of one animal, what ends up happening is then the predator will end up eating those so that everything equilibrates. Like there's always some sort of like.
Okay.
There's a thing called the Lotka-Volterra.
What's it
model.
called? What's it called?
The Lotka-Volterra. If you want to. I can...
Yeah, let's look it up.
It's
Let's look it up.
L-O-T-A.
Okay, cool.
Good question.
We're in the middle of a question, dog.
Yeah,
And
then predator prey.
Which one?
Predator prey model, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so like this is like exactly what you're talking about. It's
A linearized
pretty much
version.
whenever. Yeah, so you can see that the population of the prey goes up, right? And then the predators are lower but now that there is more food, the predators' population starts to increase.
Exactly.
But then now there's too much predators, so the prey decreases, and then the predators starve. So there's this almost like the similar periodic thing.
Yeah.
And then that there's a lag to it. There's also,
a phase shift.
Look at the, yeah, you can talk. You can look at the phase diagram. It kind of shows like a circle where things go around it.
Yeah, phase diagrams are cool. Oh, like this. Okay. Yeah, this has to do with all the. This is probably a little complicated for the kids to understand.
Yeah, or actually, the one on the bottom is like the more accurate.
Or like this. Oh wow, look at all this. Yeah.
And then,
yes,
so
these are differential equations, right? Is this all comes down to?
Yeah, this is it pretty much a set of two differential equations that you solve, and then the solution is like looks like that.
That's cool. Yeah. For those of you that are like wondering like what's the point of math, this is one of the cool things about math. You can use math to model how predators and prey interact. You know, how if there's more mice, like how the more owls will eat all the mice, but then if they run out of mice to eat, then the owls die. So then the mice come back up. So then the owls eat more of the mice, then there are more owls, and it's a whole thing. Yeah, differential equations, yeah. Noise says thoughts on masks. Oh wow, that's a loaded one. I feel like that's what people always get canceled on that one. I think masks are good for stopping the spread of diseases. I think in the early COVID days when we didn't have a vaccine, they were a very good idea. Actually, I noticed this myself. I didn't really get sick at all for like 2020 or 2021. Did you ever get sick, like Ramton, like normally sick, not COVID sick, like just regular sick?
No, actually, I don't think. I think I didn't get sick for like from 2019 to 2023.
Yeah, right? I was like, whoa, like this whole precaution, everyone washing their hands and wearing masks, it does decrease, like that's just basic science. You will decrease the spread of viruses if you're covering your mouth and you're washing your hands. So it was a good thing, you know. People love to poke holes, like literally figurative, like in like, is it effective at preventing COVID because COVID needs like an N95 mask, or people are wearing it wrong, right? They're not even covering their nose and whatnot. And I'm like, you know, you can get into all that. But at the end of the day, to me, the masks was like, full stop, I don't like wearing a mask. I don't think anyone likes wearing a mask, but it's a community thing. We as a community saw a threat that we didn't know how dangerous it was. I remember the early days of COVID, ordering food off of DoorDash and like using a broom to like try and bring it in and then spraying it down because I felt like, I don't know, like SARS was on everything, you know, or like the zombie apocalypse. We had no clue. We had no clue what was happening. But the masks was a community thing. And it was very interesting to see the people who were like, yeah, fuck that, my freedom. And I'm like, okay, but it's not your freedom, because if you get other people sick because you're like, my freedom, that now it's my freedom that you're infringing upon. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing also I wanted to touch up on upon the like the consequences. Like, I mean, this is not about whether planets are getting warmer or not, but like there has been areas that have been generally getting warmer on Earth, and so one of the things is what the reason we get fever. So this is I try to study different topics. I'm not in.
Yeah, you're a Renaissance man, dude. Renaissance man.
But like sometimes my friends or my girlfriend also tell me stuff I like to listen. But so one of the things is like the reason we get fever is because bacterias, or especially fungi, or fungi, I don't know.
Fungi, we call them fungi, it's okay.
Yeah, I think the correct thing is a fungi, but yeah, we'll say fungi. But yeah, fungi can survive in higher temperatures, so that's why we our bodies naturally develop fever. And then because that planet or certain parts are getting warmer, these fungi are becoming more heat resistant, which means that they're not going to respond to fever killing them as much. So that means that if there is some kind of like an infection that crosses over to humans, it's not going to be able to.
You watched The Last of Us, right? That's the whole The Last of Us premise, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the thing that people are like talking about as well. I think this idea might have been out there probably, but now that there's Last of Us, everyone's like kind of blasting.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, the cordyceps. Oh no, It must suck if you're a company that sells cordyceps tea or something, because people are probably like, yeah, no, dog, I don't want that.
Yeah, I think that people, it's edible or something as well. So
yeah, it's I like you. Have you watched the show, Ramton? Have you watched the Last of Us?
Not yet. Like, I've watched the first episode.
Okay.
But I was waiting for the whole season to be out. I've played the game.
I see.
But yeah, I'm still trying to, because I played the game many years ago with my friend, and I don't have a good recollection of what happened. But
I think it was a lot of like hack and slash. Yeah, the series is good. Yeah. I like the first episode. I like how they just bring out the premise of it's like a flashback to the 1960s, and they talk about how cordyceps, and this is very cool. I knew about this before this show or whatever came out. the one fungi that infects an ant and then it takes over its nervous system and then it hollows it out a little bit and then it tells it to jump to its death
Actual.
to spread the infection even more. It's crazy. It's real.
The thing is,
yeah.
since it's limited to ants, the global warming probably is gonna make it like need to evolve to the point where it
That's
probably
the
can.
premise of The Last of Us is they say that global warming, because humans love their V8 Mustang, you know, causes the world to warm up. So cordyceps then, from the biological driver of evolution, adapts to be able to live in warmer environments, and then it's able to infect humans. Noise says, I have to be up in 4 hours. Oh no, Noise. I appreciate you staying up late with us. Yeah, this must be like 1 a.m. for you. Like, here, what time is it in England? What is it? It's, oh, does Google not do that? Come on. Oh, it's 2:13 a.m. Oh, wow. 6 a.m., dude. That's super early. Oh, you have school. You're in school. I forgot you're in high school. 2 a.m. Nice. I was up till 4 a.m. last night setting this up. I had to set up a whole new OBS thing for all this.
I'm probably gonna get off soon.
All right, let's answer your question, Teacup. I appreciate it. All right. Teacup, what was your question? It was about social and what?
Oh, balancing social and academic stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Ramton, you can start this one off because you're more closely tied to the academics. I graduated like 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah. What was the question?
He's asking, how do you balance your social life and your academic life? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you just love academics. You know, you know.
Man, I love my academics. Got 100 on my science test today.
That's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So
what do you do? Maybe
yeah,
Ramton, tell us what do you do for social? Like, what's your free time? Like, tell the audience a little bit. Like, what do you do for free?
I think for me, I was a little bit lucky as well. I guess sometimes luck is also involved, but also there's this diagram sometimes I've seen. It's a triangle and it says like sleep, good grades.
Yeah. What is that one? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And but no, I don't think you have to sacrifice a lot of things. I feel like if you're really interested in academia, depending on which program you get into as well, you can start to kind of find friends that are also within the same area. So I think the easiest thing to be able to find like intersections of like friends, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
like
right.
it. Yeah, so
I would have to take good grades and enough sleep.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, for me, I ended up I guess if people go to university, this is something that maybe I like it would be, I might even go towards like encouraging it pretty much. And it's that go to like campus or like live part of the dormitory, because you will find a lot of friends there. And first year, although there's a lot of adjustments that needs to be made, right? Like figuring out, adjust to university, like style of studying, the pace, living on your own. There's a lot of stuff, but also there's a lot of stuff going on with like finding friends and all that. And you can find a lot of good friends that you might last with like for a while. So when I lived in dorm, I happened to be in like a part of the dorm that a lot of the people that lived on the same spot were in science or physics.
Were you in like a special like science and math dorm? They have this. If you go to like certain colleges, they'll have like the honors dorm or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. They called it like living learning community.
Okay.
Which was for physics. So most of the people were in physics, and then some people were like in different programs. And then because we became like good friends, and like the dorms were like really small, so most of the time we're just like outside of our room just hanging out. So like because we kind of like developed that bond, we ended up like becoming roommates for the next 5 years. So then like hanging out with friends, it was kind of easy because they were your roommates as well, right? And it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, to a certain degree, because when your friends are also in the same program as you will kind of not go out and find other friends as much.
Yeah, you find your commune.
But you also, yeah, exactly. But then that just means that if you were to do that, you're going to have to put a lot of time to try to find other people that are similar like minds like you. But whenever you have friends that like the same, like they have the same interest and they're the same like program as you, like nothing is wrong with that. So you can kind of try to find a balance between the two things. But finding friends that like an intersection of the fun and academia, then that would really like make your university life or like college life a lot easier.
Vibe attracts the tribe type of thing. Yeah, for sure. Teacup, do you have that? Do you have, so, you know, when I was in high school, we had robotics club. We had, I created the computer club. You know, my social life was kind of my academic life, at least in high school. A lot of my, even through college a little bit. Yeah. A lot of the friends I hung out with and everything were also like-minded people who wanted to do well in school and, you know, nerds, I guess. But like, we loved it, dude. We had a great time. We didn't give a fuck. And that's how I was able to have it. Have it all, I guess. Do you have that, Teacup, in your school? Do you have like clubs?
I do have clubs.
You ever thought of joining one?
I am in clubs.
Okay. Do you have fun in the clubs? Do you make friends in the clubs?
Most of the people in the club are my only friends with.
Oh, there you go. Cool. That's your answer. Now, not to say that, you know, I think it's also very good to get a diverse experience, you know, so, you know, you don't want to stay in an echo chamber where like you're only hearing people that believe in what you believe and whatnot. It's very good to like, to get a bigger picture of things. And this is why I advocate so much for people to go travel. Like, go travel. Like, go to another country. Like, you will if you see how other people live in the world and whatnot, lots of things will start making a lot more sense in like your world.
My girlfriend's gonna love hearing this because she's always like, I want to travel. And I'm like, we got to do a lot of planning.
Well, so yeah, when I travel, I don't make any itinerary. I don't go on a travel advisor. I don't look for tours. I don't look for like, I'm just like, get me a hostel or whatever, and like, let's just do it. And then I will find something. I know it'll happen. I'll just go to some, you know, bar or whatever. I'll meet a local. I'll ask them where to go, and they'll tell me where to go. If someone came to my city, like in LA, and I met them, and they're like, hey, what should I do? I could give them a big list of like cool things that they should do in Los Angeles that they probably wouldn't find on, you know, any sort of website. I'm sure you could too, Ramton, right? If where are you in? You're in Toronto or Montreal?
Yeah, Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. So if someone came to Toronto, like, what would be the top 3 things you'd tell them to go do in Toronto?
Leave.
Leave? Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
No, there is the Toronto Island is definitely like a really good one. I like close to it as well. I guess the generic one would be like going to like CN Tower or something.
Yeah.
So that's good. But Toronto itself as like a city doesn't have a lot more. Doesn't have a lot, but there are other stuff like there is like Scarborough Bluffs, which is like
the surrounding areas.
East stuff. Yeah. So there are definitely some niche spots like Scarborough Bluffs. It's like really nice. You can go to, but I think it's not the center of the city like much to do. I mean, there's nightlife to a certain degree, which you can go to like clubs and all that stuff. But depending on people's interest, I can like recommend.
Yeah, you could
like
tailor it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, your girlfriend's right. You should travel a lot. What's up, Teacup?
My high school I'm going to has an esports club, which is actually about to be recognized as an actual team.
That's cool, dude. That's a great thing. I actually want to get more into esports. I feel like that's kind of an adjacent move for us, honestly, is to be. And when I was at that education conference that I had to leave you guys in January, I talked to a lot of esports people because I think that's kind of the collaboration I'm like looking at. I mean, I found a lot of you guys through esports, so you should definitely do that. Yeah, be part of the esports team, and you know, even more so, maybe take a leadership role in the esports team. You ever thought of that? You know, like try to run for off. You just said you wanted to be a moderator of the things here. Go. You can do it in your esports team.
Well, no, the thing is, I'm not there yet, and they probably already have a leader who's set in stone. I can't just like fight them to the death.
No, you don't fight them, but like everybody graduates. So you know what ends up happening is you become like the vice president, and then you learn from the president, and then the president graduates, and you become the president. That's how it works. You know?
Yeah. Oh, so Gold.
What's up?
You know, if I'm gonna be part of that team, I'm gonna need you to buy me a laptop.
Oh, there you go. Yes, you know, and I've even thought, even here within the Discord, of creating like my own esports team. You know, because some of you guys are very good at certain games. Like Shaq is like really good at Fortnite. Ethan's really good at Fortnite. And I was thinking like, what would happen if we just created an esports team? Because then I could start talking to some companies to be like, hey, sponsor our esports team. You know.
That'd be true. You know,
But yeah.
what am I good at, Gold?
You're great at being you, dude. That's it. You're also good at math.
I'll take it.
He'll take it, dude. But yeah, to answer your original question, Teacup, it helps if the social life and academic life line up with the same people, but also don't discount like trying new experiences. You know, if you have like in high school, I had all my nerdy friends and whatnot. We all did math and science and whatnot, but I was also on the cross country team, which was all the track people and the football stars. Who what would happen is like I would help them with their math homework, and they would like protect me on the team. Like if someone cut me at line at lunch, they'd be like, no, dog, no, he's with me, he's good. I was just like, okay, dope. But I got a lot of experience from that I probably wouldn't have gotten if I just stayed with my, you know, math science friends. And I think it's very important in life to experience everything to an extent so that you know like what's out there, and it really helps refine your worldview and decisions on things later. Yeah. And Gamey says, "Can I join the team?" Yeah, cool. That's a good question. I like that one.
Yo,
All right.
Bro, after this, can I apply for a management role in a leadership position?
I should create more. I know. I'm gonna create more roles. I appreciate all you guys stepping up and wanting to be more part of the server and whatnot. You know, we're gonna do it. What's up, Ethan?
Yeah, you said that you wanted to give me like a moderator debates.
Oh yeah. Oh. Someone was asking. No, someone was asking what a debate moderator. This is what I was saying. So like, when we elect presidents and vice presidents and whatnot, they usually argue with each other about different issues so that you can see who you want to vote for. For instance, maybe they were going to debate about this is a big issue right now, banning assault rifles. Right. That's a hugely divided argument that just keeps popping up in the news.
The presidential elections, it's gonna be trash talk about your Fortnite skills.
I know. So back in the day when we still had civility and like politics wasn't so polarized, these were more civil things where someone would put up an argument. The moderator is this woman in the blue here, and she asks the question, and then she has each person gets a certain amount of time to talk about what their answer would be. So if someone said, you know, what do you think about banning assault rifles? Biden here would probably say, I think we should ban assault rifles because kids keep getting killed in school. Palin over here would be like,
sounds like a them problem.
Right. Well, it's cool to hear both sides. It's again, and I very much believe in this. Like, don't stick your head in the mud and be like, I'm only gonna believe these people and only listen to these people. Listen to your haters or listen to the people that, because they're humans as well. And I think this is a terrible thing these days that we're not allowed to have any sort of like debate about things because you either get yelled at for being a racist or being a snowflake, and then it's just like, what? Like there's truth on both sides.
Okay then, huh?
Yeah, it's cool. But the moderator the moderator's job is to keep civility, which means when one of these people talks, they're only allowed to talk for a certain amount of time. If they go over, the moderator has to be, okay, stop. Next person go. And they're kind of like the ref. They're the ref for two people arguing about a subject. All right, let me see.
I get it.
Do we have any more questions?
Ask a question.
Who did? Sorry.
Riplaw.
Riplaw. What's your question? Riplaw, do you want to come up? You want to come up to the stage? Send him an invite. Yes, Riplaw, you can ask a question. What's up? Sorry, we've been. This is our first time. Doing these types of this even type of live stream. So we're working out the kinks. We're figuring out how to make sure we get to everyone, but also go in depth. Your mic isn't working. That's okay.
We should join the chat as well.
Dude, Noise is back, dude. Noise, you gotta go to sleep. He's like, fuck sleep. I'm not going to bed. All right, good to see you, Tika. Riplaw, yeah. What's your question, man? What planet was recently discovered? Well, it's an astronomy question. Do you know this one? Do you know this one, Ramton? What planet was discovered?
I don't think so. Like,
Google's your friend.
Yeah, it's gotta be something like that.
right? It's always some like TE blah 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 something something. How? Oh, this is pretty recent though. Epic misclick. Yeah. This is cool. Oh, the habitable zone. This is actually a cool thing, actually. Kind of refers back to what you can... Yeah, the habitable zone, right? This is because right, if you're too close to the sun, it's too hot. Everything burns. If you're too far away from the sun, sorry, it's too cold. Nothing can live. So there's always like this sweet spot for life to be able to occur, right? And I think they call it the habitable zone.
Yeah, I think the name they give it is like Goldilocks zone.
The Goldilocks zone? I like that, dude. I'm a fan of Goldilocks zones. Goldilocks? Oh, wow. Oh, that's sick. I like that, dude. It's called the Goldilocks zone. That's cool. Oh, optimistic habitable zone. Okay, has to do with temperature and percentage of starlight relative to sunlight on Earth. Very cool. I didn't know this actually. This is cool. That is your name. I know Goldilocks is my name. Yeah. That's a good question, Ramton. Do you think life exists, like conscious life, intelligent life exists, except for us? Besides us?
I know there's a lot of theories for this, so like I think a few of the theories are we're either too advanced, and no other life has advanced this far, or the thing is like you know, or civilizations end up getting to a certain point where they end up going extinct, or
they just
end up
kill
having
themselves.
A huge setback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that seems like a plausible theory because a lot of the times we don't know how history worked out. Like the Bronze Age, a lot of like advanced civilizations just randomly disappeared. So that seems to be a probable theory. Sometimes, yeah, but I don't know. It probabilistically it should be yes.
Yeah, right.
Because
there's just infinite space out there.
Yeah, pretty much. But then the answer to that is like, do we all live at the same like timeline? I think that's the bigger
okay.
question.
Because also time is infinite, right? In its spectrum and whatnot. Okay, so like there could have been a version of us that happened millions of years ago, and we're just not going to get to it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So because we humans have been around for only like 300,000 years from the very beginning of,
which is super short in terms of the age of the universe, right?
Yeah, there is like this analogy that what's it called, that Neil deGrasse Tyson gives in like the new series of Cosmos, and it's like if the whole age of the universe was like a calendar year, all of human history has been in the last like minute.
No way.
Yeah. Like,
oh, dude, man.
Something in the
the last minute?
Yeah, something like, you can maybe Google it, and like it's just like the calendar analogy or something for that might be it.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that was it, honestly.
Oh, was it this one? Wait 1 second. Calendar analogy, cosmic. Okay, here we go. Oh, was it Carl Sagan's? Carl Sagan did it, maybe?
Yeah, I think Carl Sagan said it first in like the original Cosmos.
Okay, the Big Bang happened on January 1st. The solar system formed in September. The first mammals came on December 26th. The first humans came at December 31st at 10:30 p.m. So like an hour and a half before like the end of the year. What?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, wow, that's crazy, dude. Is this the Doomsday Clock? Oh no, the Doomsday Clock is something different. Doomsday Clock is a fun one. We can do that next time. We can do the Doomsday. We're at an hour and a half already. So, anyways, this was very cool, Ramton. I liked this, and everyone else in the audience. Did you guys have fun with this? Yeah. Cool.
Hopefully people enjoyed this. Like, try to do some both sciencey and semi-sciencey.
Sciencey, semi-sciencey, also like social work, you know, if that works, right? Yeah. Oh, here's a good point. We got to pick who we think had the best question though. Ooh, who had the best question? Good question.
Let me see. What were some of the questions?
So
There
we
were some
had,
good questions.
yeah, we had some really good questions from Noise with Hilbert Space and what was it? Also like completeness, I think. Yeah, Noise went really into some cool. We went to some tangents there for sure.
The natural rain. He will win the night.
Ethan asked about climate change. I liked that too.
Change.
Teacup asked about social life and whatnot. I'm trying to think who else. I liked who asked about the golden hour? Who asked the golden hour question? I thought that was a cool one too.
I think it was Rand.
Yeah, the golden hour.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I like that one for like the science aspect of it. I think that had a cool one.
So
yeah.
you're gonna have to make a care with the who went the nitro.
Well, yeah, and I think we'll do this. We'll do this like once a week. So don't worry, you guys can keep winning. Ramton, which one do you think was the best? Which one do you like? Actually, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. No, we'll make this fun. You pick your favorite. I'll pick my favorite, and then we'll do the spinning wheel, and it'll be one of the two. I always love like throwing some chaos into it, just being like, who's gonna win?
The only thing is like because obviously there's a little bit of bias for me towards the math side.
Yeah.
But I also don't want other people to feel like
no. Everyone's questions were great. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. Just because we say something is our favorite doesn't mean we think your question is shit. It was great.
Yeah. Like I think it's just different merits.
Yeah.
On how we like evaluate different things. So, for now, I'll go with Noise.
Okay, Noise.
But then, because I want to, this is the first time I'm gonna go with the merits of like math.
Cool.
But
that's awesome.
More because I don't want anyone to feel discouraged. Next time when there's a bunch of other questions, I'm gonna do like a different merit, like maybe the ones that are about like social life or something. Because I definitely really like a bunch of the questions as well. So because we want to kind of diversify and all that stuff. So whoever asks like the social questions, keep on with that because next time I'll be watching for those.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked we had again the blend of the social questions and the math questions. I think that's both good. Oh, someone's making me choke. All right, we'll do it. All right. Noise also asked a good question about the masks. Noise asked a lot of good questions, honestly. That's why, like, he asked me, am I the winner? I'm like, you're definitely top 3 because you did ask a lot of cool questions. I think from the science aspect, I'm gonna have to go with the golden hour question. I liked the golden hour because I liked going to Raleigh scattering, and I thought that was pretty cool. I really like Noise. I really like Noise's question about the Hilbert space because you, Ramton, explained to me what like being completeness was, or closed. I really liked that. That like I got to go into that. That was very cool.
Yeah, I'll try to get into completeness, but we have to talk about like what dense sets are and then open sets and all that stuff. It does take like you would have to know like 2-3 weeks knowledge of like topology before we get to that. So that's why I'm like, it seems like a big jump.
I also, yes, Teacup and Ethan, I really like your questions were very good for like the social aspect, especially Teacup. That's a big, I hope that Teacup, I hope the bigger prize in that question was Ramton's response on his college experience and like how he was able to blend social and academics because it was the same thing. And that's great. That's an example of another great question because I want you guys to ask things that help you out in life, We've been around the sun a couple more times than you, so and I hate when like people are, oh, you should listen to people older than you. Well, if they've gone through shit, at least like, kind of listen to them a little bit because they're trying to make sure you don't make the same mistakes, or that you have a better time with it. Just take into consideration.
Yeah.
It was a good response.
Make your own.
Exactly. Yeah. You're your own person. So what about the sun question, the first one? I don't know the sun. Well, that was Golden Hour.
Yeah,
Dark. I think that was Nick. Did it? I think Dark Aspect asked about the Golden Hour. Was that yours, Nick? I think that was yours, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
The whole with the Rayleigh scattering.
The
and all
Raleigh
that stuff.
scattering and all that. That was all cool stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. We're gonna spin the wheel. So we got Noise and Dark Aspect. 1 month free Nitro. Let's see how it goes. There it is. There it is. Ooh. Gonna go to Dark Aspect. Golden Hour. Congrats, Nick. Good job, Noise too. I'm sure Noise will win it next time. If you keep asking those questions, Noise, you're gonna get it. Like, I like your questions too. I love everyone's questions. Anyways, thank you everyone for coming to the inaugural stream for Golden Hour. Yes, super fun time with all you guys. I had a lot of fun. Big thank you to Ramton here for joining in and providing some awesome, thoughtful conversation. I really appreciate having all that. That's dope, man. Any other last minute things you want to say, Ramton, before we close off?
Well, Aspect didn't even ask the question.
Oh, he didn't? Who asked the Golden Hour question? Whoever asked it gets it.
I don't know. Yo.
Okay. I'll figure out who asked. It's in the stream somewhere. I thought he asked
my
it.
question.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
I appreciate the honesty from Dark Aspect.
He is good. Yeah, he's an honest guy. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I like that. We'll watch for your questions next time. I feel like I appreciate that. But yeah, no, for me, I feel like everyone just keep asking your questions. We're gonna try to keep this like both like sciencey, mathy, and social at the same time, just so that because I feel like with the pandemic as well, people have had it a little bit harder time to try to like talk to other people. So like this community, I feel like kind of provides both like the academic, social, and like some gaming, like an intersection of all these. So hopefully we can keep doing this, and everyone can kind of feel welcome. You want to ask any questions and stuff, and for all the people who also ask the social questions, we'll maybe we can like think of next time we can do like a spinning wheel, and then we pick one person in each category.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's a good idea. Yeah, because again, this was our first time. I had no clue how to do priority of questions. I like the submit your question in a category, and we'll pick one from each. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll do like best math, best science, best social, and then just so that there's no bias towards any category.
I like that, dude. Ramton's got the great ideas. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. We have an office hours live stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you need help with your math or science homework, or if you want to come by and just chat, we'll be there. And then we're gonna do Roblox games afterwards. We're gonna play some Doors, I think. So, cool. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Ramton. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.